it.
Don't worry, I'll put some energy into it. Welcome! It is that time again on the gaming channel for reviews.
Sort of.
Discussion. Discoos it.
Yeah.
So it's obviously me, Jules, here with Ben. You
Hello.
are your favourite, everyone's favourite presenters on the gaming channel, on everyone's favourite gaming channel, on everyone's favourite platform, the YouTubes, because we're talking about...
I'm ill!
Not where I thought he was going with that. We're talking about everybody's or everyone's golf.
Everybody's golf.
Everybody's.
Everybody is golf.
Yes, it's the new game that's out for the PS4. It is retailing at 29
26,
wing-wangs.
about 26 didgeridoos.
Yeah.
So sort of a budget release, but it's getting a physical release as well. We were sent some golf balls into the office.
Yes.
With What Culture on them. Here's a photo. Wow.
Did you actually take a photo?
I did.
Okay, that's
I
cool.
tweeted about it.
Because it's always awkward
Here's
if you
a photo.
call...
Here's an artist's rendition of golf balls with What Culture on the front. Yeah, it's obviously in a long-running series. Everybody's Golf goes all the way back to the PS1 days. Sort of been an exclusive developed by Clap Hands with a Z.
Well done to them.
There's a lot of clapping in Everybody's Golf.
Oh, is there?
It's super colourful and fun. Everyone, I'm sure, is, if you haven't played it, you're at least familiar with it when you hit the ball and it says, "Nice shot," and it comes up at the top. It's great. It's cheerful.
It's positivity in a game, isn't it? I mean, the thing that I noticed first about the game was the art style, the way that it blends together kind of almost quite realistic courses, like in terms of how they're laid out, with very
sort
kind of like...
Mies
Yeah, sort of
from
Mies.
Nintendo, yeah.
Yeah, but they seem to have quite a range of customization.
Yeah, so you start off and it's clear that they've gone down a more... I really enjoyed the Virtua Tennis games.
Oh, they were wicked.
Virtua Tennis 2009, I think, was the one that I really got into on PS3. And it seems they've gone a more sim route in terms of, like, you're a golfer and now you're in this world.
Right.
Here's your golf guy, go and do golf stuff. You level up and all that sort of stuff.
Is that the story?
Basically,
Right, okay.
I'm Mr. Golf Man. Here I go golfing.
Dude, don't steal anything from Rick and Morty. That sounds like they clearly have that.
Oh God, how's your short game? How's your short game, Jerry?
Well, can you make a Mr. Meeksies?
Possibly. You start off with quite. It's not limited, but a lot of the unlockable stuff is hairstyles and things. By beating certain other golfers, you'll unlock new outfits and stuff like that.
I mean, I have the blessing and the fact that I look like every default head number 1, beard number 2. Literally, I'm okay for making character creators. But did you have to unlock anything to make you?
I tried my best to make me, but I ended up making Adam Cleary because they don't have real beard options.
Oh, slam! Hot fire! Come at him, Cleary, with your fake beard.
They're very stubble heavy in the customization. You can get mutton chops and a mustache, but that's all I've got. I did actually unlock the mutton chops though, so I assume maybe you'll unlock a full beard later. It's like you have to grow it first. It's weird.
So at the moment you're rocking a kind of like Triple H in the early 1990s look.
Not really. I did for a bit, but it's more just sort of stubble across all of the areas rather than anything resembling actual hair growth.
Right, okay.
Yeah. So you make your character, and it's very easy to pick up and play. Like it tries to blend the multiplayer and the single player aspect. And I played the first portion of it offline because I had no space on my PS4 to download the update file.
Brilliant.
But it all takes place in a sort of a hub area called Home, which is weirdly reminiscent of PlayStation Home, where it's like a nice little sort of communal gathering area that's filled with NPCs that you can talk to that give you tips. And if you like the look of one of them, you can actually buy them, where you spend money to basically copy their data over. So if they're wearing a shirt that you like that you haven't got yet, or like a facial hair or a hairstyle you like, you can buy them, and then you'll just absorb all of their stuff into your sort of gallery to customize your character further.
That's like a weird sort of like suburban wives thing, where it's just kind of like join the collective.
It's very odd.
You've basically you've got Borg golf.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, sort of, yeah. And they're happy. They're thrilled about it.
I'm sure they are when they're one mind.
Yeah. Well, there's this nice home area and it's beautiful. It's
Okay.
set in like a nice port side area and there's yachts floating away
Oh,
and
how
stuff.
lovely.
There's a few gates where you can access the multiplayer component.
Get-
Like you physically move. You can't get out.
Right, I was
You're
gonna
on an
say.
island. You're not going anywhere.
Okay.
You can physically move around. There's even a button to if you tap square, you'll sprint.
Right.
Like it's huge. There's a golf cart you can ride around that I'm not allowed for some reason.
Right.
Not allowed to ride the golf cart yet.
It sounds a little bit like every middle class person's like wet dream, because it's like a sport that only rich people play,
Right.
with yachts that only rich people can own in a gated community.
Well, sort of on an island. Yeah.
Wow, Jesus.
Yeah.
Everyone's golf, really?
Everybody is golf, but
Oh,
only,
right,
only
okay.
a few can. Right.
That's the tagline.
Exactly, but only a few can.
Okay, well, tell us how
Yeah.
it plays.
The golfing itself, you can basically walk up to a little desk and say, "I'd like to go in a tournament now."
Cool.
And you go there and you start off, and it's the typical. You press X to start the gauge. You press X to choose the power, and then as it goes down, you got to press X on the
Cool.
little pinpoint in order to hit it accurately.
Kind of like 100-foot robot golf.
Exactly.
Sort of stuff. Or like
Yeah,
old
or just-
arcades titles.
Yeah, but if you played a golf game before, it's very reminiscent of
Cool.
all that stuff. None of that Wii crap where you like you do it really gently on the Wiimote and then it
yeah.
goes. Like
I mean,
you hit it a million miles an hour.
I had enough trouble with those early Tiger Woods games where they had the analog sticks being the
Oh.
things. Like I was just constantly hooking it, mate.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Well, it's very intuitive, and I must
Good.
say, it's not like Dark Souls in the sense that if you're really good, you can beat the first boss with a terrible weapon without dying, if you're good enough, even though you're doing very little damage.
Right.
This game, because it introduces leveling stuff up all the time, like if you hit
Right.
the ball really far, or like a perfect hit or whatever, your power on that particular club will go up in experience and you'll level
Okay.
up and then you'll be able to hit it further, for example, and so on.
I was
You'll start
really
off
worried when you started
and-
the sentence.
Yeah,
with,
so
"It's
when the Capra demon invades the third hole, basically, no matter how good or how well you're executing everything it's telling you to do, the first hour is not going to be particularly rewarding because you've not leveled anything up. You'll be hitting it perfectly and the ball will just go fwang and just like disappear
I
off into
see,
a
I
bush
see,
or
I
whatever.
see.
Not
Right.
like in the most extreme example, but it's as soon as it took a couple of hours for me to get over the hump,
Yeah.
and as soon as I got into it, I'd had games where usually they're just 9-hole courses, where I was getting like birdies every other shot, or
Check you
practically
out.
every shot, at least getting par. But when I first started, I was getting like double bogeys, triple bogeys, like
Right,
just
okay.
frustrating. Like you're doing it right,
But you just
and
don't
you're
have
so
enough
close.
power
Exactly,
to do it.
you're not
Right.
doing badly enough so that you keep getting it in the water, or that you're actually just discounted because
Yeah.
you've got so many strokes on a hole, but you're so close to being par that it can be frustrating initially.
Right,
Because you
okay.
know you're doing it right, but the game's not really letting you.
Okay.
But as soon as you start to level up, it's loads of fun. It's very silly. Like my running animation,
I
for some
saw,
reason,
yeah.
he puts his hands behind his back and he just sort of runs like an anime character.
I thought that was my highlight of the entire game, because you said that if when you finish a hole, he'll run to the next one. And
Yeah,
you
if
just
you
leave
don't skip it, he'll just disappear. Like while the scoreboard's coming up, he'll just be sprinting towards the. Yeah.
I like that level. That's what's needed from sports games, is a sense of levity, because I feel if you get too bogged down in all the stats and stuff, you end up with like Football Manager. And I mean, like, no offense if you like Football Manager, but it's just
I used to play
it's just like a spreadsheet. So I don't really like that. I like
Yeah.
sort of like pick up and play, like arcadey sort of fun.
Well,
with it.
it's very arcadey. It does feel very. It's extremely Japanese. There's a lot of HUD, but it is largely ignorable.
Okay.
It's stuff that you just get over. You need to pay attention to which way the wind is blowing, which doesn't truly affect stuff too much. You can just correct by tweaking where you're.
Oh, I think you meant
shot.
correct the wind. Just
No,
none of that.
Stop that that way. Just die down. Or also when you're putting the gradient, which is quite. It's. I like how they do it because it sort of goes into a grid system towards the hole, and there'll be little dots on the grid that are flowing in the direction that the slope is, and the faster
clever.
they flow, the harsher the slope.
That's cool.
So you can usually quite easily course correct for that.
Well, that actually sounds more advanced than what's in some of the other golf games, because they don't tell you that sort of information. So it's kind of arcadey on one side and then super finicky on the other.
It's a lot of fun. Cool. I'm enjoying it. It feels like it only has 3 songs, right? Because I'm getting pretty sick of hearing the same music over and over again. But there's always Spotify and podcasts, so that's okay. Every time, but it's constantly leveling you up. Like every shot I take, stuff is leveling up and ping. Oh, well done. Bonus points. Bing, bing. Just really making you feel committed to it. It's very mobile gaming in terms of just throwing stuff at you. Like, yeah, you're doing it. You're winning.
But that's a fantastic development tool to make to get players immersed in your game, is by constantly rewarding them, by making them feel that they're making progress.
Absolutely.
So that sounds really good.
It does work. It's great fun. Every sort of few games, every tournament that you win or whatever, you get experience towards a larger level that is your golf rank.
Right, okay.
And then every rank you go up, there's a new challenger that appears in your home area, and you just need to go and talk to them, and you'll have like a one-on-one golf game, but there'll be a weird twist to it. So sometimes, one of the ones I did was a mega cup.
Right.
So that the hole was massive.
Amazing.
Another one was a tornado cup. So if you get it nearby, it'll just suck it in.
All right.
So there's loads of weird little tweaks as well, and you can play multiplayer online. And I'm not sure about local, but I'm sure local multiplayer is in there.
You know that we're going to have a tournament here. We're going to have a sort of like golfy torn to see who is the best at everyone's golf.
Everybody's. Everybody is golf.
No, but I'm saying, I'm going to call it everyone's golf so that we get over the copyrights.
Very inclusive. Oh, right, okay. Yeah. We're going to make our own golf game.
yeah, exactly the same.
It's really good. I'm really liking it. And it's the kind of game I always used to really want to like.
Right.
Like, I remember playing it on PS1 and I thought, this is really colourful and fun and I love the idea of this, but I'm just so bad at putting and I'm not having fun.
But now it's got the minuscule putting aid.
The thing is, I think they always had that, but I just wasn't good enough.
Right,
okay. Now
it
seems like with the extra Ds in high definition, I'm actually able to see what I'm doing.
Got you.
I'm really enjoying it. I tried to look for it on the UK PlayStation Store and I couldn't see it for some reason, so I don't know when it's meant to be out, but it's out in America, I think. Really good. I highly recommend it if you're looking for a fun sports sim on PS4.
Well, I know you said that you weren't going to do a sort of like review by the numbers, but let's just give it a star rating anyway.
I'd give it 4 stars. A nice 8 out of 10. It's great fun. I'm really pleasantly surprised.
Well, excellent. Thank you for sharing that, Ben, with us and the masses. Let us know if you picked it up, if you've managed to find it on the UK PlayStation Store.
You can buy it physically as well.
And if you're abroad, good for you, because you can already get it.
Oh, well done.
Well done. Well done to you. Oh, well done. Well done. Good job. Nice putt. Hello. Well done.
Yeah, good stuff. All right, yeah, come on. Yeah, fine. Yeah, come on then.
Go on then. All right, let's go.